Okay, so we're practicing solving systems of equation by substitution. So you guys have 3 main steps that you need to follow. So your first step is to solve for either x or y. So let's look at example number 1. So you already have an equation solved for y. So step 1 is actually already done for you, right? Because you have y on one side by itself. So then the next step would be to substitute your answer into the other equation to find either value of x or y, right? So we're going to replace what y was solved for in our other equation. Alright, so it's really just a process of rewriting, right? So y equals this. So I'm going to substitute this in for y in my other equation, okay? So when I'm rewriting it, I'm rewriting everything, but when I get to the y, I'm going to rewrite 6x minus 11 instead. So I'm writing negative 2x, right, minus 3. But now instead of writing y, I'm going to substitute this in. And whatever you substitute in, you guys want to put in parentheses. So 6x minus 11, close your parentheses, and then finish writing everything else. So equals negative 7. Okay? So now we have 2 x's, right? So now we're solving for x. So the first thing we want to do is get rid of our parentheses. So how are we going to get rid of parentheses? We're going to distribute. But remember that this is a negative 3 when you're distributing. So when you do negative 3 times 6x, you're going to get what? Negative 18x. Don't forget to include that x with it. And then negative 3 times negative 11. So 2 negatives make a positive. So it'll be plus 33. So this is only like this part right here. So you still need to bring down everything else. So I still need to bring down my negative 2x and my equals negative 7. Alright, so my next step would be to combine like terms. So these are my 2 like terms. So when I combine them, negative 2x minus 18x, so negative 2 minus 18 is going to give me negative 20x, right? And then bring everything else down that you didn't use. So plus 33 equals negative 7, okay? And now this is a much simpler equation, so you're still just solving for x. So you want to keep x and get rid of everything else. So first you're looking for something being adding or subtracted. So this plus 33, you want to get rid of that. So you would do the opposite. So subtract 33 from both sides. It's going to cancel out. So then now you have negative 20x equals negative 7 minus 33 is negative 40. I'm going to rewrite this up here. So negative 20x equals negative 40. And now we're trying to get x by itself. So we want to get rid of this negative 20. Remember, this is negative 20 here. So I'm going to divide both sides by negative 20. Okay? So those cancel. All I have left is x equals negative 40 divided by negative 20 is going to be positive 2. Right? So now this x equals 2 here is one of my answers. So now I need to plug this back in to this original equation here that I had solved for y. So that's going to be step 3. So use your value to find the missing value, right? So now we're on our last step. So when I plug it back in, I'm replacing x with 2. So I would have y equals 6. Instead of writing x, I have 2 minus 11. So y equals, what's 6 times 2? 12 minus 11. So y equals now 12 minus 11 is 1. So that would be your other answer. So x is 2 and y is 1. So your solution would be 2, 1. 1. Your x always goes first, and then your y always comes second. And that would be your answer. And this is for problem number 1.